Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Jamingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
Cash time. We got the equipment and the perfect business plan. Give our show away for free and tell no one how to find it. Ready? I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another riveting episode of the Boomer Bunker, the podcast that tackles the tough topics, shares some laughs, and dive headfirst into the sea of controversy with no life jackets in sight. I'm thrilled to introduce your hosts, the dynamic duo who bring wisdom, wit, and a whole lot of candor. First up, she's the voice of reason with a dash of sass, always ready to call it like she sees it, the Duchess. And joining her, he's the no-nonsense sidekick, armed with bold opinions and a bald head that's ready to shine, John Jamingo. Together, they'll navigate the latest headlines, dive into deep debates, and maybe even share a pea bucket anecdote or two. So buckle up and get ready for a conversation that's as lively as it is enlightening. Without further ado, here are Duchess and Jamingo.
Hey, ho, 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 you hoes. I am your host,
yourself.
John Jamingo, and Giggles my puss over here, the Duchess.
Well, that was a new one.
We start the show, and every time we start the show, I hear that little giggle
sorry.
in the very beginning. It cracks me up. No, don't stop doing it. I love it. It's hysterical.
Oh, there you go. Bruce says it's the trophy wife.
It's the trophy wife. Oh, is it the trophy wife? Oh, okay.
Well, that goes back to our Discord discussion. If anybody's on our Discord, there was a question as to what makes a trophy wife. So there was
one that's screwed on the table. Hi-oh!
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that bell away. Yeah, I'm in a hat today. My hair, I have bad hair today, so it's a hat.
Yeah,
Like a knit
there you
cap.
go.
Not my best look.
It was funny when we first came on here. I didn't want to say anything because I couldn't really see well, and I wasn't sure if you had your hair dyed, and it was like a
What the
little
hell did you do
darker
to your
than
hair? You can.
And
ask.
I'm not going to say right before we go live. What the hell did you do to your hair?
I know I fuss with my hair like the half hour before the show. I'm always fucking with it.
I'm seasoned. I know you
Yeah.
never say, "Boy, you look fat in that," or "Boy, what'd you do to
What
your
do
hair?"
you do?
I didn't say any of that. Although I was on today testing Studio B.
You were.
And I got called fat right out of the gate. I was like, what the hell?
Thought that was a little
I'm
weird.
over here losing weight. You know who else is on the Ozempic? Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
Had seen that.
He's thinning out. People are getting on the Ozempic.
They are.
We'll see what happens. You know what I'm doing in the beginning of this year? I'm going carnivore. Well, I'm a little nervous about carnivore because they say that if you eat a lot of protein, it's really bad. It's hard on your kidneys. And I'm like,
Why have you decided to go carnivore? Like, is there a medical reason?
I just
Or you're
hear
just
that
like, today's the day.
No, I hear that it really makes it. First of all, it helps you really lose weight, and I hear it makes you feel better. But I don't want to ruin my kidneys by trying to produce piss out all the protein.
Well, maybe. Just a wild thing to say. Talk to your doctor?
Oh, I knew you were going to say talk to your doctor.
Well, I
Damn
mean,
it.
they would be the best ones to suggest it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably more like cleaner eating would be good.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. Eating cleaner.
No, I'm
Well,
not saying you're not. I'm just saying that might be a better start to going
except
down.
for
towards-
yesterday.
Well,
Yesterday
all right, Christmas
was-
doesn't count.
Yeah.
Christmas calories should never count.
They make that. So this is how we do it. I go over there in the morning.
Here you go. Josh
And
from
they-
New Hampshire says,
Gay!
doctor.
So I go over in the morning and then we have the breakfast. And I mean, it's the bacon, it's the sausage,
Oh,
it's the
so good. Yeah.
French toast casserole, cinnamon buns. I mean, it's,
can do
you've got
any of that.
eggs. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So, although this year, I got to be honest with you, this year I just had like I took a little bit of everything, a little small bit of everything because I didn't want to be sick,
Mhm.
especially when you're on this medication. If you eat too much, it makes you nauseous.
Yeah.
I didn't want that. So, I ate like an old lady, I just
Little
took
piggies,
I'll
little
have
bites.
a little bit of
Just a
this, a
taste.
little bit of that. No. So, I had that and, and then I think I had throughout the day, I think I had 3 cookies, a snickerdoodle,
Not bad.
which is my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
a hot chocolate cookie. And then the
Yeah.
other one was I can't remember what the other one was, but it was something new, but it was really, really good. It had like toffee and stuff in it. It was really good. Anyhow, so then we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we turn into Jews. What we do is we order Chinese food. Yeah,
Okay.
like the Jews. We order Chinese food
Okay.
for dinner. And this year, all I did was I got some sushi and fried rumplings. Fried rumplings.
Fried dumplings, yeah,
yeah,
those are tasty.
We
I like
call
the
that-
crab rangoons, but without the crab meat, like just the cream cheese.
Just the Rangoon.
yeah. I don't
hell's a
like
rangoon?
crab. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's
God.
those little. You know what they are, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
love them. They're
so good.
fantastic.
They're so good.
Crab Rangoon. Yeah, so I got the
Bruce
then I
agrees
came
with you on
home.
Snickerdoodles being the official Christmas cookie.
Oh, they are so good.
Yeah.
I love a snickerdoodle. And here's the thing.
Yeah, the wontons. Yep.
Yeah, fried wontons are pretty good too.
Oh, so good.
So I like that better than turkey. I'll be honest with you.
So, was it your whole family? How many people?
Now the
Figured-
girls, the girls they've got boyfriends now, so they're
All right,
there
so
in the
they
morning.
drift
and
off
They go.
and-
They all go
So
to
the
the
dinner at the
boyfriend.
boyfriend's. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, let me show you something. I got to show you this thing. I forgot. I wanted to get it closer.
Oh,
You gotta
this was
see this thing.
awesome. Yeah. Okay, so for our view, you have to
My-
watch.
my
but
daughter-
John got a cool gift.
Yes, my daughter and her boyfriend bought me this thing, and it's a cane, walking stick cane, but it's a sword cane. Here's the problem. Watch this. Listen, everybody. I'm unscrewing this thing. What the hell?
So you don't accidentally
Hey, you
stab
stay
yourself.
over there until I can get my.
Yeah.
Look
Holy
at this.
shit! It's really. Is it a sword? Sword?
It's a sword. Yeah. I mean, it's a sword.
Budbooger wants you to go. Please yell. You shall not pass. Like the Black
No,
Knight.
shut up, pass.
None shall pass.
Right. So I was talking to Deuce,
Mm-hmm. As
And
one
he's-
does.
and he said, "Oh, his is a push button." Now, listen, here I am. Look, I'm over here trying to get this thing screwed back together. But this is so heavy,
Sparky
and
says
these
only
little,
takes 2 days to take out.
and these little points are so sharp. Like if anybody
Yeah.
really came in and I really had to use this as a weapon, I just hit them
Bash 'em
this
with it.
like
Yeah.
that. That would do it. That would take them out. There would be blood drawn.
Well, I think that's a pretty awesome gift.
It is pretty cool. It was like one. You always get like practical gifts. Like I got a Philadelphia Eagles shirt, and I got
Mhm.
some other shirts and stuff. But that's like one of your fun gifts that you get.
Something
My
that you can
son-
stabby people with. That's a fun
Mhm.
gift.
My son took and got a Legos Eagles helmet, and he put together
Oh, that's awesome.
a Legos Eagles helmet, and he put it in a case.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What do you say to me?" He says, "I know you. You'll knock it over and then break it all apart." He says, "So I spray glued it. So they spray glue it, and it doesn't fall apart." Well, it's pretty cool.
That's actually very smart.
Yeah, it's over.
I guess
in
like
the,
when you do puzzles and stuff, you kind of-
when I'm in Studio B, you can see that because it's got shelves there. So it's pretty cool.
Sparky thinks it's funny where he's like, I know you.
I know you. I know you.
Bob
I think
says
I told
the swords when Jimmy comes over wants half your Sammy.
back off you.
No, it's mine.
No, I'm not like that. I'd have gave him the whole thing and ordered another one.
I know.
The other thing was when I was get to the studio, my daughter calls me. I said, the table's coming. And she goes, well, do you need a hand getting it down the steps? I said, it's 4x4. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. She goes, you know, you're getting old.
Oh, shit.
I don't want you hurting yourself.
I don't want you to hurt yourself. Okay, Grandpa.
I think I get it
Oh,
down
man.
the steps.
That hurt.
Yeah, so I got it down.
It's a little bit like, oh, right in the heart.
Salt my manhood. So I had to get it down the steps and open it up and then get the whole thing set up.
Right.
And then I had to
With no
test
help,
it.
of course, right? Did she come help you?
No one helped me.
Of course not. No, I'm a man.
But I have
can
everything
do it.
there. It's ready to go. The other Rodecaster Pros over there. And today I tested it and I have a second camera. So the Duchess camera, and I had to put the bobblehead there so you can see the second
Funny.
camera. But, you know, my son, when he could have been no more than 7.
Right.
And he used to love these marble mazes. So my wife at the time, we call her the ex, she buys this marble maze. And this thing is like the size of a kitchen table. And it's got elevators and the marbles run up and they come down. And there's like, and you can run like 12 marbles at the same time.
Oh, my God. Okay.
It took forever to put this together. It took me 4 nights, you know, with the instructions, putting everything together, get everything together.
Painstakingly, yeah.
Right. So that the Christmas Eve, because he still believes in Santa, we bring it upstairs, we put it on the kitchen table, and, you know, move everything out of the way. So they all come down, and he's like, oh, Santa brought me the marble maze. Oh, so we turn it on, and it's sitting there, and it's doing this. And he's sitting there watching it. And about 15 minutes, I don't know what he picked up, but he picked up like a broom or something. He went,
oh my God.
Pieces went flying, marbles went flying. And I just looked, I'm stunned. I don't know what to do. I'm paralyzed. I want to kill him.
All the thoughts.
Yeah. I just seized up. I just locked up.
It was probably good you did.
Right. And then I go, I'm going to go take a ride. So I grabbed my keys. I went for a ride. I was going to kill him. I was going to take pieces of that and beat him with it. Oh my God.
Did he ever explain why?
No, well, remember he's autistic. So,
right. But
I
did he say like, I want to see how it worked, or like there's something?
Like, you know what? So then he says to me when I come back, he goes, can you put that back together again?
Throw the fucking
I said, together, you destroyed it. You broke it. Like, you broke it. There's nothing to put back together. You did absolutely. It was I spent 4 days put it together, 15 minutes.
Oh my God. I would have cried.
I
would have cried harder. That was so hard.
I wanted to kill him, but yeah, it was.
I remember
that
story. Yeah. That's.
I know. It's a.
What did Kathy do?
It was the night before Christmas, and Domingo was in the cellar building a marble maze for his son. No, I mean, it's just like I tell it every year. It's like my December 7th joke. Did I tell you that one? You know that one?
I think I do.
It's the guy's half black and half Japanese. Every December 7th, he attacks Pearl Bailey. That's my December 7th joke.
Fucking awful.
I tell it every year.
I think you missed that one. So Bruce wants to know what's in a glass. It's rosé. It had a screw top. I have no idea what brand. The bottle looked good. I picked it up.
It's it's wine.
It's wine. It's rosé.
Yeah, so that was kind of Christmas. It's funny that we were talking about, using a cane and self-defense, because we're going to get into it. I don't even know where to go with this because it's ridiculous. And I think what's happening is that I guess through the Trump administration, or before, I think it happened really with Obama, where they started to say, you know what, the criminals are the marginalized. And if you take and you put them in jail, then you're the oppressor. So they started this way back in Obama, probably in like 2008 and in 2012. And it's been getting progressively worse until now. We're like, you know what? Let's move back to the middle. This is ridiculous. Like the right with Trump, he was, he said to the Republicans, look, you lose these elections. I mean, I'm a winner. We're going to move to the center. And, and then the Democrats are like looking at Kamala Harris and all this.
Like the savior. not
and
not
well,
at
not
all.
only that, but like a lot of the normal Democrats, not your
Right.
blue-haired,
Well, the radicals.
nose rings, ear gauges,
Right.
college educated, those, not them,
Those.
your normal Democrats. They're like, like your Joe Rogans, your Tulsi Gabbards, your, people like that.
Mm.
They're like, hey, we're moving to the center. So now I think there's a huge group of us that are moving to the center. Like I said, Cenk Uygur was over at the
What did you call him?
Cenk. His name's Cenk Uygur. I call him Chunk. You get mad at me. I figure out how to use his real name. Now you say his name is Cenk Uygur.
Chink.
Cenk.
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 Okay, I don't
He's
think
not.
that's what
He's
you
not
said.
Asian.
I know exactly who he is.
Okay.
It's
Well,
his-
what's his name then? What do you call him?
I don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced, but you said chink.
Chink. Chank. Gook. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just
Cenk.
saying
Okay.
that the Uygur
All right.
guy, the guy from the Young Turks.
The guy. I know. I'm just. Sorry. I can't.
Well, you're catching me with it.
Shank.
It's not
Shank.
Shank.
Chunk, chink.
Right. We use
The guy from the Young Turks. Okay.
the guy
Just call
from
him
the Young
Chunk.
Turks.
We all know who he is. Okay.
Chunk. Chunk Uygur from the Young Turks.
Chunk you.
He was at Turning Point USA, and then, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
so I think we're moving back. We're moving to the middle, and we're leaving the crazies out on the fringe.
Yes.
But what happened now is that we saw what happened on the subway, where that guy set the woman on fire. She died.
Awful.
All right.
Awful.
And now, was it Christmas Eve? A guy stabbed a woman in the throat.
Yeah.
Did she die?
No.
She didn't die.
No.
No one helped her.
Someone did finally step up to help who was also attacked.
Oh,
And actually, I think more injured than she was.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I think he sliced. I'm not sure what the full details were on the attack, but he did not. Yeah, it was, I mean, both of it was bad for both of them. It's like, it was the fact that she's looking for help and no one
No one.
steps up because everybody's terrified of what's
Because-
going to happen. Because these
right,
people
thi-
are crazy.
Yeah,
And then what's going to happen
and-
if you help? Now
right,
you're
and
going to
this
go to
is-
jail?
This is what's going to happen. This is the repercussions of
Mm-hmm.
AOC says that now that the subway's more dangerous because they acquitted Daniel Penny, and he should have went to jail for. I'm like, cut me a
Stop.
break. We're done with this.
It's
We're-
really awful.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The fact, and so here's the kicker, like, again, with Kathy Hochul, the governor, who says the subways are safe, and they show her, like, riding in one of the cars, surrounded probably by state police and people filming, so of course nothing's going to happen. So with her proclaiming how safe it is, and then again, that poor young woman set on fire, and then this woman stabbed in the subway, and someone who finally did come to help her also stabbed and wounded, and there's just no. And then, you had Daniel Penny who stepped up and penalized. So, like, what do you do? Like, what
Right,
do you
he
do
spent-
as a citizen? Like, what do you do? Like, do you remember what happened to Bernie Getz? Remember him back in the 80s?
Yeah. Well, he was acquitted.
Well, he probably shouldn't have been, but because he brought that gun on the subway waiting to get attacked. Like, he waited
say
to
that,
go after
right?
those kids.
What do you
I don't
mean,
blame
was he-
him. I don't blame him for the safety.
He was down there because he knew it was a fucking freak show down there.
Yeah.
And he brought a gun, and the guy brought a screwdriver out and was going to stab with a screwdriver, and he pulled the gun out. I think he killed a couple of them, didn't he? I can't remember.
He did. And
He
they
shot
tried
more
to.
than one.
Yeah, and they tried to make it that he was the bad guy.
Right. They put him on trial, and he ended up being acquitted through all this.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of wrong. I don't agree with him bringing the gun and looking for these kids, but
Why
I
do you
don't
say
blame
this-
him. I
get
don't
the-
blame him for defending himself, but I think he was looking to murder these kids.
You think he was just riding the subways waiting for somebody to attack him?
Yes, some people are. It's like the people who set fires to buildings, kind of enjoy
So you
that.
thought he was just a vigilante that was just riding up, he wasn't going to work
Well,
or
he
somewhere?
he was a vigilante. He did shoot them. Like,
No.
I'm not saying they attacked him. I get it, but he set himself up for that.
Right. He set himself up for that how?
Well, by bringing the gun. I
So they
understand.
knew
Look,
he had a
two
gun?
wrongs don't make a right. I understand. I
hold on,
understand him
hold on.
defending
No,
himself,
no.
but you weren't supposed to bring guns
How
on the
did you-
subway.
But you said that he brought
He
this
put
on
himself in that predicament.
By
on
how?
purpose,
Being
by
on the
looking
subway?
for these kids. He knew they were gonna
He
come.
was looking for kids to stab him with a screwdriver.
Yes, well, he set it up.
He set it up. He's like, hey, anybody got some scraps? Anybody got some screwdrivers you want to stab me with?
Yeah, that's what he did. He handed them out.
Well,
He
how
knew
did
these
he do
kids were
this?
there. He waited for them.
He waited for them. So
Yeah.
he went in the subway and waited
Well,
for them.
Look, I'm not saying he was wrong for taking matters into his own hands. I'm just saying it's not.
you're
He
saying-
was looking for the fight.
But what you are saying, or what you did say,
Right.
is that he brought this on himself because he had a gun on him in case he
Yes.
was attacked.
Yes, you're not supposed to have a gun. Well, the law, you're not supposed to have the gun. Now, in New York, the laws have changed. Well, I don't remember what the gun laws were in the 80s. I'm pretty sure you couldn't bring them on the subway.
Here's a funny thing.
Right.
There's a thing in in the Bill of Rights. It's the Second Amendment. It says government shall make no laws.
Okay.
No laws.
Sure. Bring them on airplanes too.
Just saying.
Okay. Look, you can't pick your fucking Second Amendment rights. So if you can't bring them in the subway, nobody should be bringing guns in the subway.
The First Amendment is government should not impede any speech.
Okay.
And then the Second Amendment is government should make no laws to, impede people from carrying a gun.
Okay.
Right?
All right,
So
well, wander around in the state of New Jersey with a gun sticking out of your pocket.
It's against every one of these laws is unconstitutional. Am I wrong?
Well, would you like to prove the point? Go ahead.
I'm just
be a martyr.
telling you. I'm just telling you.
That's not the argument that I'm making about Bernie Getz.
Yeah, you're saying that
you're
the
twisting
reason
it to make it convenient for you.
If he didn't have a gun, if he didn't have a gun, these guys would have stabbed him with a screwdriver. And but since he had a gun to defend himself, he brought it on.
That
himself.
makes it okay, though. No, he shouldn't have brought the gun. I understand.
Well, how was
why
he supposed to
did
defend himself?
Because you're not supposed to be a vigilante.
You're supposed to have a longer screwdriver.
You are
Aha!
nitpicking. You're
Hold on.
nitpicking for your. Oh my god.
Wait on.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Well. Yeah. You go ahead.
Just
Can you please
saying.
record that sound of you rattling that? Because that's a lot of fun. Like I need like a 10-second loop of.
I'm just saying. It's like he
You're-
had a gun to defend himself. There's more
Okay.
than. I'll tell you what.
Well,
there's
you can
probably
believe that.
He did. I do believe that.
Okay.
And you know who else did? A jury of his peers.
I understand. Again, I get it. I understand why. I have ridden on the subway. What I'm saying to you is, by the book, he shouldn't have done it.
The
I
book
know.
that has the
The
unconstitutional.
fucking law, John. Don't be
The
a
one that
dick.
has the
You know what I'm talking
unconstitutional
about.
laws against carrying
all
a
right.
gun.
Well, go ahead and carry a gun around and see how that works out for you. I'm protecting my Second Amendment rights. Well, your ass will be in jail.
Well, I know in
And
New
you can
Jersey,
fight from there.
I know in New Jersey they're making it easier to carry a gun now,
Okay,
and
well, go
because
out
of
and
the
carry your gun.
draconian laws. Look, I'll be honest with you.
I believe they need to be changed, but until they're
I
changed.
think the same thing. If you learn how to defend yourself, and you learn how to use a gun, and you use it as a last resort, I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem carrying a gun.
Is it legal
I
to
don't.
carry it in New Jersey?
If you have a permit, it is.
Who gets the permit to carry?
I know people that have.
I understand how it works. I get it. The law's
I know
weird.
people that
and
have
it sucks.
permits
Yeah.
to carry. I know a few people that have permits to carry, and
Okay.
and our load and
Do you have one?
No, I do not.
Okay, so does that mean that fuck it, it's Wednesday, I don't like how this guy's looking at me, I'm going to carry my gun around because I just don't like the way he's looking at me and I'm going to shoot him?
Did you
if
bump your head over Christmas?
No.
What the hell does that mean?
What do
I'm
you
just
mean, what
saying.
does that mean?
I don't understand your logic all of a sudden. You're not a very logical person. What happened to you?
I'm just fucking with you just like you're fucking with me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
okay,
fine. I just thought for a second there that I lost you. I thought maybe.
I drifted away. I spent too much time with my liberal daughters.
Yeah.
No.
So you better throw
I'm
them
just-
out of the fucking house.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay.
The same way.
All right, I get it.
Okay, I'll put
I
up
was
a
worried.
sarcasm sign next time, like joking.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Well done.
Academy Award performance there
Okay.
because I was flabbergasted. Jesus, I was like, at first I couldn't believe it. I was like sitting here staring in disbelief. But okay,
Okay. It's the box wine. Okay.
all right, so-
Thank you, Bud Bugger. It's from a bottle. I'm classy. Thank you.
I forgot you're drinking. I forgot. Okay.
Not that
and
much.
I think in California, is this where this was in California? Some kids tried to rob a guy who was also carrying a gun, probably illegally.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened.
Good morning, Amy. In the course of the investigation, deputies learned those kids were just between the ages of 12 and 14 years old, and they tried robbing a man with a gun. Deputies say.
Oops.
Hold on. Now, I know.
The sweet little children?
I know they're not allowed to carry guns. They're not old enough to carry guns. Although the Second Amendment doesn't have an age limit on that.
You can try that too. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
3 of those kids were shot. One of them is still in critical condition at last check. When Harris County Sheriff deputies showed up here, they found one of the kids with several gunshot wounds. He was taken to a nearby trauma center in critical condition, as I just mentioned. And as paramedics were tending to him, 2 other kids were found with gunshot wounds. Both were taken to the hospital and are stable. Jesus. Shortly after that, the suspected shooter, who deputies believe the teens were trying to rob, returned to the scene and turned himself in.
He's a good guy.
I heard some gunshots sound like they were basically at my front door. And of course, as you can see from behind me, they were down the way a little bit. To be frank and honest with you, I grabbed my gun, which is in a holster, and walked outside to see what was going on.
I'm sorry, this is in Texas. It's not California. Everybody's packing in Texas. Jesus Christ.
The stars.
I heard some gunshots, so you know what I did? I grabbed
that's my gun too.
I grabbed my rod and out I went.
Everybody runs outside like, what's happening?
Everybody's out there. All right, what's going on?
You kids. Well, it's the fact that this guy had to defend himself from a swarm of fucking children.
12-year-olds. 12 to 14-year-olds.
Well, yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like, they fucking bum rushed him and tried to rob him, and he shot them all.
First of all.
Like, every one of them had a hole in him.
Okay. I didn't see anybody, but for first of all, I'm wondering if they were
black people.
I'm not 100% sure.
I guess we'll have to see what the
neighbor
names
was dark. Well, I'm just saying.
Would you say he was
dark?
Did you say dark? He was a black man.
Dark.
The neighbor, the one who spoke. Yeah, who got?
Yeah,
he had
gun. He had a lot of
melatonin.
Melatonin.
It's an absolute fuck around and find out moment. It is for sure.
All right, let's find out.
The incident occurred due to an attempted aggravated robbery that involved the juveniles attempting to rob the adult male. During the incident, the juveniles approached the male and they were displaying pistols. The adult male retrieved his own pistol and shot the juveniles.
Where's your gunshots, John? No? Not appropriate?
No, I'm getting there. And a little slow on you. Hold on. Here we go.
A little bit.
I'm hit.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie. Mom!
That guy shot me.
He's shooting back, Mom.
I can't. So I guess the kids, they were displaying pistols.
Yeah,
so,
they brought out their pistols. And then
I wonder if they were real guns or at least what the guy thought was pistols, or if they were pistols. They actually who'd they get them from? Mom and Dad?
I don't know. There's a video. It's an airsoft video. Oh my God. It is the funniest thing. I love this thing. And it's this kid who gets an airsoft pistol and he starts talking about it. And it's kind of like in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Not that they had airsoft pistols, but it kind of has the same thing. I wonder if I could find it.
Okay, but
go ahead. If you don't want.
I don't even know what this is reference to.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. So John just drifted off onto I'm going to find a video
if you just
about something.
I'm telling you, it's worth it. Okay. It's so worth it.
So for the folks who get to watch it, it'll be worth it.
No, it's
is it pure audio? We could listen.
Let me see.
Okay.
If I can get, it's a cartoon, number one.
Oh, okay.
And then the kid narrates it.
Airsoft
gun fight. Yeah, cartoon maybe.
Bruce says he gave them the Eastwood treatment. He sure did.
Yeah, sure.
He sure did.
Let's see if I can find it.
But
here it is.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Share screen. And then do this.
So do you think the audio will be muted on the playback?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
All
know.
right, Sparky,
We'll see.
take some bets there for me.
Hang on. It's not a song.
His gun wasn't real. Luckily, he wasn't massacred on the street.
Here we go. Here it is.
All right. I was a big fan of airsoft guns when I was a kid. If you don't know what an airsoft gun is, well, it's a plastic gun that kind of bridges the gap between a Nerf gun and a semi-automatic rifle. They shoot little plastic BBs, and after about a week, your whole house is littered with them. Your dad's dumping them out of the toaster. Your sister's digging them out of her ass crack. You just go around shooting a bunch of holes in all the lampshades. I was the first kid on my block to get an airsoft gun. Brought it out to show off to everybody. They're all mesmerized. I could conquer the whole goddamn world with this thing. My buddy David literally took it out of my hand, and he's like, "Oh, sweet, this is sweet." David, what the fuck? It was my turn to shoot Michael in the face. It was a bit of a trendsetter, I gotta say, because like a week later, every kid on the block had an airsoft gun. They didn't have a normal airsoft gun like I did. They had this fucking battery-powered M16 tactical shit, fully automatic, get shot in the face 30 times in 4 seconds. Hold on a damn minute. Jesus, I'm using this Stone Age piece of crap. My shit looks like a Happy Meal toy compared to yours. Michael's over there. Doesn't even have an airsoft gun. He's like shooting BBs through a fucking straw like it's a blowgun. He's wearing his puffy-ass winter coat in the middle of July, his body armor. There'd always be somebody out of ammo trying to call timeout. Wait a minute, timeout! Bitch, there ain't no timeout in airsoft. You get home with a bunch of red welts all over your body like somebody gave you a smallpox blanket. I eventually upgraded my arsenal, threw my handgun out, and purchased a big old sniper rifle. Thing's bigger than my entire body. Big ass scope on top of it, like I was gonna assassinate a public official. Sure, it didn't shoot fast like the other ones, but that thing had some power. My friends hiding behind a car and shit. I just shoot through the fucking car. First weekend I got that rifle, shot my cousin in the back. Following weekend, we had a closed casket funeral for him. Now, on one particular day, we were playing Capture the Flag. And it's important to note at this time, they didn't put the big-ass orange tips on these guns like they do nowadays. Let you know it's a fake gun. No, they just dab a bit of orange nail polish on the end of that bitch, call it a day. And that kind of makes it a little hard for your neighbors to determine if you're outside playing or if you're committing an act of domestic terrorism. Yeah, hi, 911. There's a child with a deer rifle, and he's running amok in the streets. So I'm sitting there at my base, which is David's front yard. I'm peeking through my scope like I'm about to put Lyndon B. Johnson into office, and I'm on the lookout for David. Now, where's David at? Well, David has ADHD, so he's not at his base, and he's not at my base. Hell, I don't even know if he even knew he was playing at the time. Probably forgot all about it, chasing a butterfly and shit. Now, David decides to walk to one of the busiest streets in the city and wave around what looks to be an automatic assault rifle in the air. Well, imagine David's surprise when about 4 seconds later, goddamn paddy wagon pulls up in front of him. A bunch of cops pile out. They got their guns drawn on this completely oblivious, attention deficit child. Now, I wasn't there. I was around the block waiting to shoot David in the teeth with my Kennedy killer. But I bet that turd in his pants was massive. Well, it didn't take him long to figure out that David's gun wasn't real. Luckily, he wasn't massacred on the street right there and then. They load his ass in the back of the wagon like the wild animal that he is, and they pull up to the front of his house. Now, I was there for this part, and I can say for sure that the turd in my pants was massive. One cop gets out and he's like, "Put that goddamn rifle down!" So I threw it like the gun was on fire. David comes out of the back of the truck looking like a shitty Dennis the Menace cartoon. The hell do you think you kids are doing? We're just playing. Why is that kid wearing that puffy-ass coat? It's 94 degrees outside. David's mom comes running out like they're filming an episode of Law & Order in her front yard. Getting a chance to meet Ice-T. She's got to deal with this bullshit. Now, the cops were really cool about this whole shitty situation. They gave David's mom our arsenal of plastic weapons. And they're all like, well, we could have murdered your kid and got away with it, but... well, we didn't, so you're welcome. Why don't you give him a wiffle ball bat or some shit to play with instead? Jesus Christ. So the moral of the story is don't be a fucking idiot waving a weapon around in the street.
There you go.
All right. Sparky asked you to link that video. Can you please put it in Discord?
I will put the link to this.
Put it in the Boomer Bunker section of the Discord.
Okay. Isn't that good? It's a good
That's
one,
pretty
isn't it?
funny, actually. It's not wrong.
I know.
So basically, the airsoft rifles were pretty much, it's a paintball gun without the paint.
Yeah,
paintballs, right? It's essentially, and you just shoot pellets out of it instead.
Yeah, it's like I said, little plastic pellets.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
there
that
it
looked
is.
like those fuckers would hurt. So you dropped it in. Thank you much.
Oh yeah, they hurt.
All right.
But see, okay, so we as kids would use real BB guns when we would play that.
I've never shot
And we
one
would
of
shoot
those.
each other, but there was rules. No shooting in the face, and you weren't allowed to pump it more than 2 times.
I don't know what that means.
We would
so.
shoot each
With
other
the
with
air
BB
pressure, I
guns.
guess, in it.
Yeah, because you had the like the Red Ryder BB gun shoot your eye out.
I never had one.
I know. Well, you're a girl.
Well, my brother never had one either, so because my mom. So no guns.
No guns in the house.
No.
No. Okay.
No guns. I might have more respect for him if I.
That's one of my favorite.
Not that I don't have respect for him, but I would have learned more.
I'm sitting at my base and I'm looking through my scope like I'm about ready to put Lyndon B. Johnson in office.
That was a terrible reference.
with my
God.
Kennedy killer.
My Kennedy killer. Holy shitballs, that was bad.
Yeah.
Bruce says BB gun wars, Levi jackets, and newspaper armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else we
Newspaper
used to do?
armor.
Yeah, we would take that and we would like when we used to play hockey, we didn't have like hockey pads like when you were playing street hockey. So what you do is you'd find somebody throwing a couch out and you take the cushions and you would cut the cushions and you would get that and you would put holes in it and tie ropes. Yeah, and you would use that.
God only knows what was on that couch.
God
Like,
damn.
let's put it in our clothes.
My hockey pads smell like cat piss.
You're lucky if that's all they smelled like.
My chest protector smells like vomit.
Is this the sex couch? Yeah. Ew.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's all right. You work close to your heart. That's all that matters. There you go. Well, that's
Yeah,
fun.
I think that like I said, the normal people, the people with common sense,
right.
even though they're leaning left, leaning right, we're like, you know what, we got to get together because these fucking people, you know, you got your blue hairs on the one side.
Minorities, really. It's minority, but they're the loudest. They're the loudest.
Oh, when you say minority, you mean like
not as in
as
a
in-
racial minority, just as
Right.
there's not as many of them, but they're so loud you can't
Right.
help but pay attention.
Right. And then on the other side, you got your Jesus freaks and, you know, that stuff. So I'm just saying,
And
it's
that
on both
stuff.
sides.
Yeah. I know, I'm just busting your chops.
What's that?
I'm just goofing on you.
I don't know. Here's an interesting story for you. There's a guy in Japan, and he has a proposition to help. Japan's losing people left and right because the population's getting older, and they're not getting married, and they're not having children, so they're losing out. So this guy, he has a plan, and I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Japanese lawmaker proposed that women over 25 cannot marry, and women over 30 must have their uteruses removed as a way to increase Japan's declining birth rate. I'll explain. Naoki Hayakuta has sparked widespread outrage with his controversial proposals aimed at addressing Japan's declining birth rate. Hayakuta's remarks were made during a YouTube program where he discussed potential measures to increase Japan's birth rate. He suggested that all women in Japan should undergo forced hysterectomies after the age of 30 and be banned from marrying after 25. Additionally, Hayakuta proposed restricting women's access to education beyond the age of 18 to prioritize childbearing over other pursuits. According to him, these extreme measures would pressure women to have children earlier, reversing the nation's demographic decline. Japan has been grappling with the declining birth rate and an aging population for several decades. The country's birth rate has dropped to its lowest level since 1969. Japan's health ministry reported only 350,074 births between January and June, marking a 5.7% decline compared to the same period last year. Women across Japan fiercely condemned the Conservative Party leader's remarks, calling them oppressive and deeply misogynistic. Facing intense backlash, Hayakuta later issued an apology, claiming his comments were merely a hypothetical idea. He then stated that they were meant to spark discussion within the framework of a science fiction storyline, and that he did not personally support these ideas. What do you think about Hayakuta's remarks? Let us know in the comments.
Okay.
Backpedal, backpedal, backpedal. Oh shit, they can vote. Oh, I fucked up. Yeah.
I was only kidding.
Jinx. Yeah, fingers crossed.
You know what I think? I think after 30, out with the uterus.
Yeah.
So again, I don't understand.
That's insane.
You can't get married after 25.
Let's not
and
educate them either.
Right.
Wow.
You can't. Well, I understand they're not educated.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
But what I'm saying is, it takes them out of the workforce and makes them more domesticated. You know, they used to bound their
Like a
feet.
dog? Like domesticated? Why would women have to
Like a
be
dog.
domesticated?
Well, because they're not out in the working world. You know,
Okay.
they're not out doing.
But you have a problem with women working. I forgot. Okay.
What am I, a Jap? I don't have a problem with women working. I didn't stop mine. I'm telling you what Yakamoti Mushishishi over there said.
Mitsubishi?
Right.
Or
all of a
Honda
sudden,
Mitsubishi said.
just because I'm a guy, all of a sudden that makes me.
Well, you're spinning it, so I'm throwing it back.
I'm not.
at you.
Whoops.
Let's play it again. Okay.
No, I'm trying to get it. Sorry, Chari. No, I'm just saying that I guess he feels if they aren't educated, like if they're not becoming doctors and engineers and whatever you women think that you want to do, accountants, that you can be at home, you know, making dinner and taking care of the children
Thank
in the
God,
house,
I couldn't wait to do that.
like
so I
God,
just
like
sit
God
there and
intended.
drool. Oh my God.
Just saying.
In your little universe, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, just, you know, back in the day, and not even that long. Well, I was going to say it's like 60 years ago. That's
a long time ago for some people.
Yeah, it is.
For some of our listeners, that's lifetimes ago.
Right,
That's
I get it.
Grandparents.
As soon as I said
it's your
it,
lifetime ago.
As soon as I said it, I was like, yeah, I get it. But
you know, back in my day, in the 30s, you know.
Okay, here's the thing. I have a great idea. This is a great idea to help this along.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is you make affordable housing for families that want to start.
Mm-hmm.
You could give them like tax breaks and make it where the wife doesn't have to work until the children go to school, right? So they can stay home. Look, here's the deal, and I'm sure you went through this too when you were. I don't know that. I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm not even going to say it was you. I'm going to use myself as an example.
Okay.
My ex-wife went back to work, and all she did was spend money. All her money went to daycare because the kids went to preschool,
right?
And all that. So why not just stay home and raise your kids? You know, how much money are you really?
Well, at that point, if you're working to pay daycare,
that's what I'm saying. Is that's what happens
is
now?
Disgrace, by the way, but yeah, it's sometimes for subpar care.
Also, I think that if you get pregnant by a guy, whatever happened to shotgun weddings? When did that go out of style?
Oh, what if the guy doesn't want to get married? What if he doesn't want to take care of the kid? Isn't that your
you know
thing?
what?
Why you trap him into it?
You slipped one past the goalie, dude.
Oh, now
you're in the penalty box.
Okay, so now that works conveniently. Okay, so all right, so if a 15-year-old gets pregnant, she should get married.
Yes.
Okay, so she should get married and have kids and be a baby factory for the men that want babies.
Factory, but
to suit this gentleman's needs.
Why is it to suit the gentleman's needs?
He's the one that proposed it. It wasn't a woman who said it.
What I'm saying is, we're back to the Japanese guy. Okay.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Very hard to figure out where.
But that was the topic. That was the questions you would.
No, I changed it. I said that now we're on shotgun weddings now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd want me to answer the questions you were proposing.
No, I did. I thought we answered that. Now we're moving on. No.
Okay. I thought we were having more discussion as to what
All
I
right. Well, hang on. Let's go back to Japan.
All right. Let's salad back.
See, back in Japan, they used to bound the feet of the women so they'd stay small, so they could try to stay.
They were geishas.
Have to keep up with the men.
That was horrible. Their feet were that big. They were.
I know.
Bound them like 3 inches.
Right.
They crippled women because they couldn't
exactly.
Sleep.
I get it.
So that's good.
No, it's very bad.
No, it was bad.
It's very, very bad.
Okay.
But
very bad.
They're trying to figure out. Again, I said that I think it would make it a lot easier for children. God damn it. For young people. And when I mean young people, I'm talking 20 or whatever, to go and get married if they were able to have a house and be able to, and be able to afford a household.
So are the options get married, have kids, and get low income housing? Or lose all that if you decide to educate yourself to get a better job, to find something more suitable to your lifestyle, and have kids later. Say at 26 or 27. But apparently this guy says no.
Yeah,
Because if
I
you don't have
know.
them by 30, you got to have your uterus ripped out.
Yeah, right. You have to be married by 25. So if you're not married by the time you get out of
You can't
out of
get married at
college,
all.
You can't get married at all.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So then what? So wait a minute.
Why would
So
you,
you
not
can't
want
get
two people
married?
to get married?
Right. So if you can't get married, then why you let them have their uterus still? You should just take
Exactly.
at 25. You can't get married. You don't need your uterus anymore. Right?
Well, why not just snip the dude's nuts when they're 25? Why do the women have to lose a uterus?
I'm with you on there. Why not?
Snip
Hey, listen.
everybody.
If,
He
listen,
didn't suggest that.
if you can't get a wife by the time you're 25, you're undateable. So we neuter you. We snip your nuts, and then you can go around and shoot.
Stop your bloodline.
You can shoot blanks, and that's it. And then what happens is then it's more of a motivation to have children early.
It's a motivation to settle, is what that is.
A motivation to settle.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
don't find your ideal person, and some people, I mean, it's not like Japan has 12 people and then you got to find one of them. There's a lot of people.
Let's be real. A lot of times it takes 3 or 4 times to find the right person. So what do you want from me?
Sparky
Japan,
says,
China, South Korea does not have the room to build more homes like America does. Oh,
I'll be like skyscrapers. So you get an apartment.
yeah. Move up. Moving on
Literally.
up.
Literally. Skyscrapers.
You know, over in China, they built all these skyscrapers because they didn't really have work for people. So they decided, oh, we'll build these skyscrapers.
Just build buildings, yeah.
Yeah, all this housing and all. And then nobody used them. They didn't have anybody to put in them. So what did they do? They just knocked them all down not that long ago.
And we'll build them back up again?
What a big waste of money. Yeah. Well, you know, it was funny. In Philadelphia, they have the projects. There's, you know, the low income projects. And they're just the filth
awful.
and scum.
Well, and the
And we
drugs
used
that
to-
are out there. It's so bad.
You know, when you put an elevator into projects, everything has to be stainless steel, thick stainless steel. And the platform has to be on an angle to the back of the hoistway. And then there's, so when they pee in the elevator, it runs out the
gross.
back.
Oh,
I'm serious. That's in the code. They have to be on an angle. So the pee runs out the back of the elevator.
It's the urine
So then what
roll.
they did, on the top of every elevator has an inspection station. So when you get on top of it, you can run it up and run it down, shut it off on. So these animals would get on top of the elevators, put it on inspection, and then he would charge people to go up the, oh, I'm sorry, you want to take an elevator up with your groceries? $5. So the cops would come in and you had to, so then we had to go in and we had to put these stainless steel boxes on with those round tumbler keys that that you see like on, I don't know, what kind of machines, like candy machines and all that. So,
okay. I know. Yep.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So we had to put them on so they could not get on the top of the elevator. So they couldn't take the elevators out of service and use them. So
And
then
charge
what they,
people to live in their own building.
right. So then
Nice.
what they did was they just got in there and said,
so
hey,
nice.
if you want to get on here, give me $5. You can't get on the elevator. They had people in there doing this. So the one guy said, you know what they should do is they should make these projects out of straw and every 3 years just set them the fuck on fire and let them burn to the ground and start over
Honestly, you
again.
may as well. That's awful.
The size of the cockroaches and the size of the rats were unbelievable. And the smell. You'd walk in there and it was horrible. I can smell it now. And I
It's
haven't
like you
been,
can taste it. Like you just,
I haven't been in a project since 1992. And 30 something years ago. I'm serious. It was horrible. So
that's a shame.
I know, but again, if you have a place where young people can have children and raise children, and then
they
if you find
choose
some
to, yeah.
filthy slob that doesn't take care of their house, or you just throw them out of the place, you evict them. There's a certain standard of living that you have to live in to keep this place. You have to keep it clean.
I get that. Conditions, yeah.
Yeah,
Pay your
conditions
rent,
of
do what you gotta do.
your conditions of having a house there. And then you can work and then decide if you want to move out and buy something else, that's fine. But at least it's something. And if you get a big, I don't know, housing a project area, building or whatever with the people that are same age and everything, you never know. I don't know. I just think that, not allowing them to marry and cutting their uterus out at 30 is
Oh, that's a little ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous.
It's very extreme, and it's like it's a fear tactic. I don't like that, and I feel like, again, he's part of the Conservative Party, which they made made it a point to mention. So it's a little extreme, I think.
It's kind of Handmaid's Tale thing,
I guess,
kind of sort of.
yeah. It's creepy. I don't like that.
Right.
Nobody should be doing that. Like it's well, I was gonna say, certainly in America, but I'm not against the idea of low income opportunities for young couples. But
Right.
where? Like, where would you put them? Like, you can't.
Anywhere.
Oh, it's a great thought, but you still need to sustain. There needs to be work. You need to be able
Yeah.
to educate your kids.
You have to
need
qualify for
schools
this.
and supermarkets, and
Right,
it
you have
has to be in
qualify.
certain areas. Well,
The
there's
guy has
tons
to
of
make a
kids who
certain
want that.
the guy has to make a certain amount of money to be able to sustain this.
By what age? Like,
I
if
don't
they're
know,
just
20?
right out of school. So at 20, what were you making at 20? Are you
At 20
able to
years old,
support a home?
I was making $7 an hour at 20 years old, and that was
So mortgage
in-
payment, rent payment?
Mm-hmm.
You've been able
my
to pay
first-
like $2,000 a
My
month?
first, wait a minute. So my first place that I rented was
Mm-hmm.
$400 a month,
Okay.
and I was making $280 a week.
Okay.
So I was able to live, by myself. I was able to do that. But I'm just saying, if it's they're making it so expensive, it's back like it was in the 1920s. When everybody was you had 3 or 4 generations in the same household because nobody could afford to move out because everything was so expensive after the Depression. That's why they're building so many hotels, because local government is putting families up in them in form of cheap housing. Yeah, I don't know. The hotel's a little different. It's only one room. It's not really.
Well, it's the it is, but it's all the amenities that are in it. I'm not mad at the concept of a hotel, but again, is it the government purchasing? Who are they purchasing it from?
No. I'm not saying the government. I'm saying you build.
Well, that's what
I don't want
he's-
the government involved. You put the government involved, this fucking thing goes off the rails immediately.
So who's in charge of this program?
You put it out there where they charge rent and just you use what's that thing called? Capitalism. You use capitalism to build these homes. I'm just saying.
Well, I think that's a very nice idea, but I don't think that's how it would ever work. I don't
No?
think it would work. I don't think it would work. I don't think at 20 for a young family, we'll say at 20.
Like Tom
So
now.
No, I'm not.
You're a
I'm
can't- you're a
making
can't-
sense.
You're a can't do, not a can
You're
do.
a fantasy man. That's
I'm not a fantasy man.
fantasy. So you think at 20 that a young couple, we'll say both of them age 20, she's not going to school, there's a baby.
She's graduated from high school.
She's graduated from high school. She's going to stay home and take care of the baby, which is the outline. She's going to stay home and take care of the baby. So that
Correct.
means the young man would have to work full-time job, food, rent, car insurance, medical insurance. You think he's going to do that with like a $2,000 a month rent? How much would he have to make? Like it's one that was like the concept is great, but I don't think there needs to be more to it than they should just get it. I'd love it. I would
didn't
love
say
it.
they
I would
should
love
just-
my kids to get it. I mean,
I love
Jesus,
the way
they-
you put words in my mouth. You've been doing this the whole episode, putting words in my mouth. I never said you just
You
get
said
it.
you didn't want the government
I
involved.
said,
So who
I know
would
I
do
don't
it?
want the government involved, but
Okay,
you have to have
so who
there's
would
certain
run it?
things to qualify. When you buy a
Who?
house, the government's not involved. There's
Yes, they are. If you get a
mortgage
loan, they are.
I don't think so. Not when I got my mortgage.
Depends on
My-
your
the
loan.
government- there was no government involved in my mortgage. I went to a mortgage guy. He says, "What do you make?" And I said,
Google
"This."
Head
The
wants
guy
us to
says,
stop
"Okay,
fighting.
you qualify for this house, this amount of money." Well, I just don't understand this.
We're not
It's- You're Tom. You're Professor Tom and me all episode.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Professor Duchess over here.
Fine.
See,
It'll
this
be Fantasyland, and these kids can just go and magically get their stuff. There you go.
Hey, listen, I got about 6 more years of life left. I don't care what you do after this. Mortgages, but not thinking of property taxes. Okay. Listen, we get taxed to death anyhow.
I would, I would love for those opportunities. By the way, don't get me wrong. I would
we could
love
shrink
to see those
government.
opportunities.
I bet you we could shrink government all the way down to local government. You wouldn't need so many taxes. it's funny.
A lot of
down
pork
in
fat
South
needs to be trimmed
Carolina,
out.
taxes are like $400 a year or something like that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously cheap down there. Now you might have to take your own trash to the dump or whatever, but
Oh, that's terrible.
you
I don't want to do that.
do it all the time. Or here's
Take
the
your
other thing
trash
you
to
do.
the dump. Don't you have
Or-
garbage people?
You contract with a garbage company, and they come every week, and they take your trash down. It costs you like $35, or I forget how much. It's 35, 70. It's like $150 a month to get your trash taken.
Oh.
And there's
I
like
just take mine down to the curb, and they just goes away.
Yeah, and what's your taxes?
That's fine. I'm not mad at my town taxes. Well, I
You're
am.
not?
I will be now. The taxes are going up because our local mayor is an asshat. But there were opportunities to reduce the town debt, and he did not take them.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's a putz. But no, we have a lot of amenities in our town. I'm not unhappy with what we have because I see neighboring towns that don't have what we have, and they pay. I've seen what their taxes are, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, there's got to be a limit. There's
Yes.
got to be a limit. Stop.
I agree.
They've got so many hands in your pocket. You got the federal government, state government, local government, sales tax, property tax. It's ridiculous. They're
Income tax.
And then not only
Social
that,
Security tax. Yeah.
right? Not only that, but then they just start giving it out like they're fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You get $1 billion, you get billions, you get billions. They're giving it. It's like what
Foreign
the fuck
countries, you
over
get
here?
billions.
Yeah. They're just giving it out here. Hey, Biden goes to Africa. You know what you blacks need? You need
More
$1
money.
billion. Build you some low income housing here.
That's so ridiculous. Stop giving our fucking money. He needs, as soon as you lose in your election, you should be stopped from donating, from giving money away.
Yes.
Stop it, because now it's intentional. There's
Right. He's
no need.
give it this way. He's that away. What did he do today? He did
He's going
something
to
the
St.
other
Croix,
day.
isn't he? That motherfucker.
Yeah, but he went somewhere and I'm sorry. He went somewhere and he was giving money away, or no, he's screwing. Damn it. I just popped. It was in my head for about 2 seconds and it just flew out like a moth. It was like, it just flew out of my head. And then I can't remember what it was. All right. God damn it.
Changing the subject now.
Changing.
God damn it. I can't remember. I hate when that happens.
It'll
Because I
pop
had
back
this
in.
one point. He did something to Clinton, Harris, and Biden. Or, I'm sorry, and Obama. He did something that was kind of screwing him. Yeah, and I forget
I
what it
love it.
was. Yeah, but
I'm
it's not
enjoying
him.
doing it. Well,
It's not him. It's probably people in his administration that are pissed off that now they're losing their jobs.
yeah, that's all right. They'll collect unemployment. They'll make plenty of money.
Mhm.
They'll get hired by the next Democrat.
They're
schmuck.
mad. They're all mad, and they got to figure out how to, because their messages isn't going well.
Yeah.
So
Well,
now they got to get a different message, and this is how they're going about it right here. Watch this.
Boys are turning conservative. We need you to influence them. Straight, white, left-leaning millennial man.
I thought I was supposed to take a back seat so that more marginalized voices could be heard.
Okay, yeah. What do you want?
I want immunity. I want to say things are gay and retarded, and I want to make jokes, and if I make a joke, I want you to think about what the joke actually means instead of getting scared of the words.
Okay, you got a deal.
I'm not finished. I want you to stop using the word mansplain and stop comparing men to bears.
Anything else?
Louis C.K. He's my favorite. And he has good things to say. What's that sound? Is that the Department of Education being defunded?
Okay, people can like what they want to like, and we'll stop using our perceived moral superiority to be cruel to others.
Cool.
What are you doing out here anyway?
I was just pretending to chop wood.
It's not so wrong. I'm
That's
not
what
mad
happened.
at that. It is. It's ridiculous. All of us.
I
is
know.
nuts.
I mean, they're still picking on poor old Elon. They're still going
Oh,
after
President
him.
Elon?
President Elon.
I love that. That's great. I really
I-
that's what they're trying to do is scare people. It's President Elon. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
How does this happen that a voter actually does something and puts it out, and then people, influencers,
Listen. Yeah.
listen to them, like Taylor Swift and what's her name that was out there singing during the halftime show, Beyonce.
Beyonce.
How did that go? I wasn't. gonna
Honestly,
watch
that performance was very well done.
it. Was it?
I mean, I don't give a shit about her music. I don't care either way, but she did a great job. Her daughter came out at the end and danced,
Oh, really?
sang with her.
How
She's
old are-
beautiful. Yeah, she must be like 15 or 16.
Oh, really?
Pretty young lady.
Oh.
And Jay-Z wasn't there. Shocking. I'm not sure why he's hiding.
He's heading out of the country.
I know. He's like, I'm not getting arrested because of Diddy. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in Europe, hiding with was it Ellen DeGenerate and Tom Hanks?
Degenerate. Ellen DeGenerate?
Intentional, yes.
Okay, just wondering.
And Tom Hanks and all the other celebs that have like sneaking out of the country.
They're terrified. They're terrified
Yeah.
that those lists are coming out.
Yeah,
and
there's
you know,
something
if
happening.
if you talk to somebody that's not a Trump supporter, they're like, he'll never let them out because he's on the list. Well, let's
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, degenerates in England. Sparky.
I said they're asking Republicans about Elon Musk. They just want somebody to just say something against them, and it's not happening.
How do you feel about Elon Musk kind of getting involved in politics from a backhanded way, it seems?
I love it. I think everybody should be involved in politics. This place works best if people are involved, they're paying attention, they're fully engaged, holding us accountable, keeping us like kind of where we need to be.
Well, I think you're safe, Byron. There's some other
I love him.
Is that because he's black? Is that why he's safe?
No,
I don't
I
know.
think Byron Donalds is a very
I know,
smart
me
man.
too.
I love
like
him.
him. He's one of the good ones.
I hope he keeps good politician.
Republican.
Okay, so I hope he continues to move up the ladder. I know. I heard what you said.
You can't prove it.
You're good. I mean, but
Replay.
Listen, the system doesn't work if everybody's not paying attention. That's what got us into the mess that we're in.
That's true.
So we're in this mess now, 36 trillion, massive agencies that don't do what they're supposed to do. Because listen, America, best country in the world. Most of our people have been focused on their lives, building their businesses, creating their families, and it's all great stuff.
Yeah.
But the federal government in Washington has been operating without much of a check from the American people. Love the Elon's involved. We got to keep that going because that's how you save the republic.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? Why not? What's going to happen? They're not paying him. They're not paying Vivek.
Right.
Oversight is good. You need
I
people
like it.
to look at shit. That
Yeah.
bill alone, ridiculous. So
And they're so mad at it.
Well,
They're so mad.
I know.
And Dreamy Mike Johnson,
I
I'm
know,
sorry,
it's
but
not
he's
looking good
just
for
as
Dreamy Mike.
culpable as the rest of them.
He is.
He was involved.
Well,
You guys-
I still think there's something that we are not aware of because there's no way he's in a text group messaging thing with Elon and Vivek and then tried to pull bullshit. So
I think he did. I think he did. I don't think that. I don't think he thought that they were going to read that bill. And when he read that bill, he was like, and he's a Christian man, you know, and he doesn't drink, smoke, or he only cusses when it slips out.
Well, that's a damn shame.
And he said, "Fuck, what did they do?
Fuck, they read it? Fuck.
Mitch, they read the fucking bill.
Huh?
What are we going to do now?
Who's Mitch?
Mm.
Poor Mitch. Mitch should have left 20 years ago. Him with
Oh my
Pelosi on one arm and all the dipshits from California. Was it that Maxine Waters? Oh my God, she's got to go.
I'm telling you right now, what they should do is at the beginning of the session, everybody at a certain age, let's make it 60, has to take a cognitive test.
Just you stumbling over that. I'm still letting you hang.
I was trying to figure
cognitive.
I was trying to figure a word when I was going to say, what's the? I wanted to
thinking
say.
test.
I had like 3 words and none of them came out right. I was going to say
Don't
cognac.
forget-
A cognac test. I wanted to say cognac and I couldn't figure out the fucking word.
Kanye test. The Kanye
Yeah,
test.
the Kanye test.
There you go. Bob says at least Feinstein had the decency to die.
Yeah, but they would still wheel her
Yeah,
out
but
there, and
they
she starts
filled her
giving a
with-
speech, and they're like, "No, yes or no." What?
What?
Just say yes.
Who
Yes.
did they give her seat to? Like
I don't know.
immediately. I forgot who.
I forget. I don't know, but it's it's ridiculous.
Oh, here's a thought from Sparky. It says, "Has anyone thought of how the Dems have no problem with killing babies, but they have an issue with killing those on death row?"
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, but it's the other way around for the
that's other thing
Republicans.
Biden did. Biden
So.
did. Yeah, Biden he communicated. He communicated all the death row patients.
Patients. Oh,
You know, I need a cognac test. I'll tell you that right now.
I think you've been having a cognac test.
I need a cognac test.
Sparky says small words. Small words, John.
Yeah, small words.
Small words. Stick to that. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes I try to take a word and make it sound like I try to Archie Bunker it. For kids, back in the 70s, there was a show called All in the Family, and the guy Archie Bunker used to do that with words because he was old.
Did.
You know, Archie Bunker was in his 50s.
He was. Edith
I'm
was
older
like in
than
her late 40s. It was
Yeah.
so sad when you go back and look. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
older
he
than
was
Archie
so
Bunker
old. Yeah.
doing this shit.
Yeah, I'm older than Dingbat. What do you call her? Dingbat?
Yeah.
What do you call her? Dingbat?
You dingbat.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Hello, Archie.
I loved her. She was so sweet. And every once in a while, she came out with some deeper thoughts that you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I want things to go back to like the 80s and the 90s where we can have good TV shows and we don't have to worry about offending fucking people, and people can talk without qualifying what they're going to say. You know, when you say
Apologizing before you already speak.
yeah, apologizing. Not that there's anything wrong. If you want to do it, it's fine. I hate that shit. Shut up. Just say what you want to say, like I do. Say what you want to say and take
Get
your lumps.
canceled.
Yeah, take your lumps. Fuck them.
Fuck them. There you go.
That's all. Here's a feel good story. You know, Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. I love his one slice, one bite things, the videos.
I do
he
like
does.
that. He was down by me.
He comes in,
place
grabs
on
a
the island.
pizza, opens
Mhm.
it up, takes a bite, and gives it a score. So he was in Baltimore,
Yeah. Right.
and he ran into this guy.
Watch out for the snowstorm, Presidente.
Yeah, all right. Oh, he said watch out for the snow. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Tiny brick oven. That looks good. We have this whole backstory. I didn't let him remake it because we're leaving the city. We're parked illegally.
Wow, the pleasure is all mine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, we're picking up a pie. It's under Austin.
This is unbelievable. Yes, sir. I got to make you another one, man.
I don't have time.
You don't have time?
I'm sorry.
All right, okay. Oh my God, man, this is incredible.
Looks great though.
This is so wild, man. Can I get a selfie with you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh, man, you're like my hero, bro. Like when all these businesses were shutting down and you were like doing all those grants and everything, and like I was like, man, this guy is the real deal, man.
I appreciate that.
Gosh darn, man.
I'm glad we hit this.
This guy reminds me of Steel Toe. He looks like Steel Toe.
He absolutely looks like he could be related to that moron. Yes.
Glad you hit it too. I didn't even know you were in Baltimore,
Yeah, we
man.
just got into the day.
Welcome to Charm City, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's so cool. Wow. This is you know, one of my customers here, she's been tagging me because we're getting ready to close. And she was like, "Oh, like
What do you mean you getting ready to close?
we're getting ready to close, man. We can't get our liquor license here. It's been like crazy.
Closed forever?
Yeah, forever. And she was like, "Oh, like Stool Presidente can help you. He's like from my hometown. I'm gonna tag him. He's gonna show up." I
When
was
are you
like,
closing?
"Well, we're just not making any money, man. It's been crazy." The thing is, our politicians gave this market down here their liquor license, but they won't give us ours. It's been crazy, man. It's been totally crazy. But when you walked in, I immediately thought of her, man. I was completely blown away. Like I thought, like maybe she was right. Maybe.
Well, stop it so you don't have to play the whole thing. So basically, this guy's very chatty.
Jesus.
A very nice young man who has a pizza place in Baltimore. Apparently very good pizza. Dave Portnoy shows up to review it. Finds out, as you heard, that the guy's looking to close on Christmas because he's not making any money. Issues with the city, all that bullshit. It's a long video. It's like a 5-minute video, 5 or 6 minutes.
Right.
It's on our X feed. I put it up, I think, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day even. And it is a warm, fuzzy video. If you can get through the whole thing, it is the last.
So
bit
what
of it
happened?
Made me
Will you
so
tell?
happy.
Are you going to tell the story? What happened?
Well, I'm kind of summing it up. I didn't think you were going to play the whole video. So basically, Dave Portnoy rated his pizza, thought it was good, and then asked him what did he need. He went back inside, asked him what did he need, and the guy didn't even have a number ready. Finally came up with a number, and Dave Portnoy said, "Deal, done. You got it."
$60,000. She's giving him
$60,000.
$60,000 so he can keep the
And
place
that guy
open.
was stunned. And he's a veteran trying to keep this thing going, feeding the homeless, providing meals for people as they need them, like one of those like pay ahead sort of opportunities where if you want to pay for a meal for somebody. So the guy really does a lot of good in the community and works
And
well
not
with
only-
the businesses. Yeah.
And not only that, he right now he has so much business. He can't even keep up right now. People in the community are ordering pizza from him. So it is a good feel-good story. But my God, that guy can talk. Jesus Christ. He talks
I think
and
he
says
was
nothing.
so excited that Dave Portnoy walked in, like literally like a
that.
couple days before. Well, wouldn't you chatter? I mean, you'd be nervous. These guys seemed a little nervous, but he was.
Me? I don't think I would. I think I would get to the point. No? I think I would. Listen, I'm a seasoned podcaster.
Yeah.
I know how to talk.
Yes.
All right.
You
I might
charm
not be
so
able
many
to pronounce. I might not pronounce words correctly, but I sure do know how to talk. One thing I can do
not
is
so pretty, but
I can get to the point. No, I think that's great.
It's a very nice video, and it's just it's just the warm fuzzies because it's so nice to see something good. Like Dave, he's got tons of money, and not that he didn't earn it and deserves it, but it's nice that he just he said, "Oh, 60,000," and the guy came up with the number, and he was just like, "Done. Here's my number. Let's set it up."
We'll give you 60 grand.
He liked the pizza enough, and he liked the story and the guy. You know,
He gave it a 7.9. You know, it's not really. It's
for
a good number
for a reheated pizza.
Oh, okay. Reheated pizza.
Because he wouldn't let him make a fresh pie. He said,
Right,
"I gotta
okay.
go." So he reheated
Because he
the
does,
pizza.
you know, usually for like a real good pizza is like in the 8s, like 8.4, 8.5.
Yeah, he said it was
You know,
good pizza.
7.9. I was like, that's not a great score. It's an average. I would say it's one of his average scores.
He qualified it saying it was a reheat.
Okay, I didn't get to the end because the guy wouldn't shut the fuck up.
The guy talks. He was so excited though. He was so happy, and it was nice. It was just a nice thing to see.
It was a feel good story.
I like those, and so here he said 60K to stay open. He was fair. He didn't get greedy. He didn't say like, "Oh, 100 grand." You know, like,
no,
he didn't.
that was good.
But Googlehead says, "I too have a failing pizza place and need $60,000." Me too.
Yeah, you know what you do? You go over to the supermarket and you buy because Portnoy has his own pizza brand. I think it's
Oh,
called.
does he?
Yeah. It's a frozen pizza. You go buy them and you heat them up and
Really?
you get 60 grand for that. You buy his pizza.
What brand
It's a
pizza? Do
profit
you know?
deal, huh?
Do you know what brand? I have no idea. I've never.
It's his
even
own
really heard of it.
brand. He has his own brand. What's it called? It's called
Barstool
One
Pizza?
Bite.
Oh, I have no idea. Okay.
Hang on.
No, that's fine. I don't
I
care.
want to give it a
enough. I was-
goog. I'll give it a goog.
Okay, give it the googs. He came down to Long Beach Island and raided one of the Surf City pizza places. And they were very excited about it. They did pretty good. Because, you know, as soon as they pick the pizza up and you see it like bend, I'm like, uh-oh, it's got the flop. Not good.
Yeah, it's no good.
No flops. Got to have a good
All right,
crust.
He's got another one. One Bite Pizza.
Oh,
It's
shop.
called One Bite Pizza. And it's in your frozen
I feel
food
like that
section
goes
of your-
against what he does for the pizza places. Like, go support local pizza places or buy my frozen pizza. And
But if you don't want to go out and you want to have good frozen pizza, just buy my One Bite frozen pizzas.
See, I started following him a little bit more when he got the rescue dog. That dog, Peaches, I think the dog's name is.
Okay.
And he like, I don't know how the process was, but I think he wasn't expecting to get a dog and now got a dog. And this dog is spoiled rotten.
Of course it is.
And she, oh, good. Well, he loves the dog, so it's just funny to see him, like, the dog comes in all the videos, and it's fun. I miss my dog, so. I'm all
Are you
about
getting another?
dogs. I
Not
would
getting
like
another
one.
dog?
Not yet. No, we're not home enough. I feel bad. Like, I
Okay.
don't want to get a dog and then we're not home to play with it, take care of it.
Right.
It's a chunk of my time. I'm not here. Paul's not here.
You're an empty nester now.
Yeah, I'm out and about, man. I got shit to do.
Right.
Places to go, people to see.
Yeah, see, you've already
I'm out and
raised your
about.
kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take another
I get it.
Oh, Bruce. Ain't nothing like a California West Coast pizza. Yeah, you can keep it.
You keep that garbage.
Keep that trash
tomato
pizza.
tomato soup on dough.
On crackers. Jersey is the best pizza, better than New York. I would
I
say
agree
if
with that.
anybody competes with us, it would be New York pizza.
Right.
I would say we are neck to neck on that.
All right. So we don't have all right. As a restaurant manager for over a decade, it is part of the gig to talk to customers. Yeah, okay, I understand, Adam. I understand that it's talk to them, but you just don't keep repeating yourself.
That's fine.
It makes you.
Hi, Odetta.
You start to recoil as a customer. If a guy walks out and says, "Hey, how's the pizza? Good," and something, you just keep it going. You just keep repeating yourself.
He
you
says
look
it's
stupid.
a trick to make it seem like your food isn't taking as long if you're providing conversation, and that's correct because otherwise you're just standing there blinking at each other. So you talk, how you doing, and it's Dave Portnoy, so he's going to talk. Of course, he's going to talk to him. He's probably starstruck.
Have some stories.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
Bud Rugger
pretend
says
like
he
you've
might be
been
a
there
little bit on the
before.
spectrum.
Just saying.
Been there before where? It's Dave
Pretend
Portnoy.
like
People know who he looks like.
Pretend like you've been there before. Pretend like it's not a big deal that he's there.
It is a big deal.
Okay. All right. Dave Portnoy walks in. Dave, big fan. Love to have you here. Listen, I would like to make a new pie for you. All right, let me reheat a pie. You're gonna have to give me something, and then I'm glad you're here because if you're here next week, we're going to be closing. And he asks whatever, and then not just repeating yourself, rubbing your hands on your. I didn't know whether to give him a pizza or steal second base.
Did you Monday morning quarterback this poor
shit?
guy talking to Dave Portnoy? So easy to
pretty
watch
much.
and go like, "Whoa, he's really chatty." Maybe he's more
chatty.
like Aaron than you thought.
I said that.
Googlehead says, "Let the man stim." Absolutely. Oh, Dave Portnoy's here. Yeah, he was rubbing that apron. He was so nervous. That poor guy. I'm sure looking back, he's probably like, "Oh my god, I didn't shut up," because
He's embarrassed.
I'm sure he is, but at least he's able to stay open, and I'm very happy about that. I hope he gets his liquor license. You can go to his. If you get to the end of the video, there's a link where you can sign your name and click for a thing to get him. See if he get him to get on the list to get his liquor license. So,
But you're not in Baltimore. I get it. All right. Do you want to do here? We can do. I have a couple. Am I the assholes? That is about Christmas.
Oh, absolutely. Are they train wrecks?
Well, here's
Well,
there's one I would
asking-
really like
yeah.
to go to because it kind of hits home for me.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I don't want to spend Christmas with her family every year? My wife, 28 female,
My wife.
comes from a very close-knit family. Every single Christmas, we spend the holidays with her parents, sister, and her sister's family. It's always the same. Wake up at their house, open presents, big lunch, and an evening spent playing board games. Don't get me wrong, I love her family. The tradition is nice. But here's the issue. In the 6 years we've been married, we've never had a Christmas. It's just us or even one with my side of the family. My parents live across the country, and traveling to see them during the holidays is expensive. So we usually do end up visiting them at another time. This year, I suggested we do something different. I wanted to spend Christmas with just the two of us and our daughter at home, or even go to my parents for once. My wife immediately shut it down, saying Christmas is meant to be spent with her family and would break their hearts if we didn't come. When I pressed the issue, she said I was being selfish for not valuing the traditions that are important to her. And I told her it feels like her family's feelings always come first, and that I want to start some of our own traditions, even if it's just every other year. Now that she's upset and told me, I've ruined the holiday spirit. Her parents even got wind of the conversation. Wonder how that fucking happened.
Oh, absolutely.
Not sure how.
Oops.
And are now saying they don't know if they don't know what they did to make me feel unwelcome.
No, please.
Am I a jerk for wanting to switch things up for Christmas?
No.
Or should I just accept that her family's traditions
She's a
are the
total
default?
asshole. She's a total asshole. How fucking dare you?
Well,
okay, so it's in the 6 years we've been married. So that means she was 22 and he was 24, I guess.
she's 28, so they got married at 22.
So for the past 6 years.
They've been together 6 years. We don't know how. The kid's 5, so I would imagine.
Okay, well, they said for the 6 years we've been married.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that means they got married, kid right away, and they've never had Christmas in their own home?
No. Mm-mm.
See, so the way we did it, because when we were sans kids and either living together and or married, like it got to the point, it was just we were able to travel. So whoever had the baby, like at that point where there's nobody here, but my sister-in-law would come out from California and she would go to my mother-in-law. So we'd go to my mother-in-law's and do Christmas dinner. We did Christmas morning with my mom and my grandmother. We stopped to see my dad. So it was like a whole, every year this is what we did. So we visited like dignitaries. We started at one house, ended at another. So, but once we had kids, once we had our eldest, they all came down to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we created our own tradition. And then we ended up reworking some other. And here's the thing. You can celebrate Christmas anytime. Just because it's December 25th does not mean you couldn't celebrate Christmas the week before or the week after, or just create your own tradition. Like, it's not, people are such dicks. Like, stop it. Let your kid have Christmas in her own home.
Well, when
tree.
I was dating my ex-wife,
right,
the first time that I went for Christmas to her family's house, I was informed that they do Christmas this way every year. They all come to this house. That this is, this, and I used to call it the 7 days. I used to have the 7 days. There were 7 of them. The 7 days of ex-wife's family's Christmas. We used to have to go to everybody's house and see everybody's tree. I'm like, it's a fucking tree. It's got lights. It's got Christmas balls. I really don't give a fuck.
Right.
So you spent every day. Now they've moved away, and so that it's not that way anymore. But I understand it. When a family's overbearing and they don't want to share, or we never went to my mother's or anything like that. And it was tough. And I used to catch shit too from my mom.
Yeah.
Because she's like, what's
what
this?
am I, chopped liver? Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes I would invite my mom to the family thing, but
it's not the same.
I don't know. Again, it should be where they switch back and forth. It should be an every other year thing. It's only fair.
I think every other year is completely fair.
Mm-hmm.
And why not have your own tradition and invite your parents to stay with you?
It was really weird. This is how we kind of did it when I was a kid. This is how we kind of did it. So Christmas Eve, we had a huge house. So Christmas Eve, we had, everybody was open house. Anybody wanted to come over, my dad's friends, my mom's friends, our family. It was there. We had food. There was all kinds of food.
Come in and out all day. Yeah.
They came in and out all day. Yeah. And then on Thanksgiving, we would go to my aunts on my mom's side for dinner, or the next year we would go to my uncles on my dad's side, whatever. But it was like an every year thing. But the New Year's Eve thing was really cool because you had your cousins over, and it was, the house was filled with people, and it was really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but that was one way of doing it, or you kind of work it out. But when someone sits there and says, "Oh, we have traditions, and this is it, and you have to it's my way or the highway."
You got to create new traditions. There's new people in your family. You have to include them.
Yeah,
they have their people. So what do you just drop everybody like they're a piece of shit?
Right.
Yeah. It was very difficult. There were some holidays that I was just like, I don't want to eat another bite of fucking turkey at another house. We'd start with my mom, my grandmother, because of course, and then we'd go to my dad, and then finally my dad's like, don't, it's fine. He didn't care.
Or you would go to one person's house
for dinner, dessert at the other one.
Dessert at the other one's. Yes.
Yeah, it still felt dirty though. It's still like I can only be here for an hour and a half. It was just kind of
where's
shitty.
The pie?
Yeah, well, no.
We're here. Get the pie on the table.
Then it was like my mom, my grandmother would eat early, and then so by the time we got to my mother-in-law's, it was a whole nother meal, and her foods were different than what my mom and my grandmother made. So of course I got to try some of these. And I remember the first year I did that, I was like, the next morning I'm like, I'm so sick. I couldn't eat like all these like very rich, buttery, came from my mom, my grandmother's. It was all like leaner because everybody had cholesterol issues. Everybody had cholesterol issues at my mother-in-law's house because everybody ate butter and gravy and grease and bacon. It was delicious. But I was sick for like 2 days afterwards. I'm like, it's so rich.
What's nice now is I'm on the Manjaro. So when I go, it's just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and all. And the next day I didn't have any problem. Traditions got thrown out when the kids had kids and other in-laws involved and spread out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread out all over the. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Here's what
just got to make it work. That's all. It's like sex. Try something different and then do anal every other time. Okay, Dean. Yeah. When in doubt, try anal. That's Dean's. That's what.
There's a drop, Mike. Can you please grab that? It's 128.
That's Dean's answer to everything. Anal.
Oh, here's what Mike says.
Hair pie, the absolute best.
Oh, gross. Oh, Sparky wants to know if you shot guns every New Year's Eve.
We did.
Apparently people do around here. It's fireworks, but
we would go out and shoot them in the air like fucking retards because all that stuff's got to come down. You know? Anal equals default move. I don't know, man. Dean, I would say, you know, if that's your gig, and God love you if it is, you know, you should be able to give and receive. You got to get past the ring of pain. You got a burning ring of pain.
I hurt myself today.
I hurt myself tonight. The wife drove it in so dry. The blood began.
Well, that's a happy holiday message for everybody. Oh my goodness.
All right, we're going to.
But do you have a good holiday though? Otherwise, with the kids?
Yeah, it's honest to God, it's like that. I hate Christmas, and I'm so glad it's over. I hate Christmas. So,
no, but you got to see the grandbabies and stuff. I mean,
yeah, that was fun. It was my daughter knitted my granddaughter a unicorn that's from a TV show. And you know what it looked like? It looked like what's the lady that used to have the lamb? What was Sherry?
Lamb Chop and Sherry.
Lamb Chop and Sherry. Okay.
Sherry Lewis, I think. Yeah.
Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop. So
I hate that thing.
So now I have the thing on my hand, and now she's like, and I'm like, so I didn't know that this was a cartoon character that's named Unicorn. So then I got to do. I'm like, what's my name? And then she goes, Unicorn. I go, Unicorn. That's what I am. What's my name? And she's like, Unicorn. And I'm like, Acorn? Is that my name? Acorn? And she's like, Unicorn. I'm like, okay, Unicorn.
Messing with your granddaughter.
Right.
How old is she?
She's 3.
Oh, how
yeah,
fun.
So,
that's a good age.
It was fun.
That's a good age because they still love
now
you.
I'm doing material.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing material for my granddaughter, and I'm like, I'm running out of G material here. I'm going to have to use the word cunt soon. So
my God. Yeah, but she'll repeat it. That's the problem. At 3, they remember those words.
I know.
Oh, no good.
I'm going to tell the story.
I got this shirt.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the story that I told Duchess. So my granddaughter's, I think she's 4. No, she's 4. I'm sorry. She's 4. So my ex-wife texted my daughter, and it was like 9:00, and the text goes off, and my granddaughter goes, "Who the fuck is texting this late?" And you know, when someone comes out like that,
you know who your granddaughter is for sure.
Yeah, you want to
She's
stop laughing. That cracked me up. Poor kid.
Oh, her mother must have been like, oh.
Oh, you just crack up. It's hysterical.
You can't not.
Yeah, I know.
Because you know what it is? It's not even the fact they curse. It's the fact they use it in absolutely the right context, which is shocking. My daughter once, my younger one, she was in the house, and I had the dishwasher open. I was loading it, and she tripped and fell, and almost like could have literally popped her eye out, like on the corner. Of course, just misses it like little kids do.
Put your eye out.
I was like, oh shit, and then picked her up, and she was fine. And then when we were driving in the car like a week later, and I turned sharp or something, and I hear in the back, oh shit! Like I was like, oh no! And it was like perfectly placed. Like it was like she wasn't wrong.
Right.
Just can't have 3-year-olds saying, "Oh shit."
Oh shit.
Or worse, who the fuck is texting?
Who the fuck's texting this late? All right. Are we doing anything with the steps?
We are not, because we're going to do a final recap on Monday. So y'all just have to hang in there for that. Just that last little bit. And Josh is amazing. He's doing that for the write-up for me. So thank you, Josh. I'm a facilitator. That's why.
Facilitator.
Well, like what I would have done was not nearly as nice as what he did. He offered, and I was like, I'm all for it. So I don't know if we're going to be doing it for 2025. He might be like, fuck this bitch. She's taking it's way too much work. But he was doing it. So.
All right. Well, that's it for now. We will be back Monday in studio. The Duchess will be here.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Can't wait to have this bitch here. Yay. Well, as I once again invite myself to John's studio.
Can't hang up on you.
No, you cannot. I can throw shit at you too.
Whoops. Trying to get that. I'm trying to get rid of this. All right.
Sparky says, what? Duchess live in studio?
Oh, yeah. Duchess live in studio.
I will grace John with my presence. And I'll be sure to say hi to the Jimmy when he shows up. Because
he's going to show up.
Well, he's right there. Like he sees the car. He's like, oh, what's going on with the Is he like out the window? Like, someone's at John's.
I see the Duchess is over. I have to go over and say hello.
Let's see. So Mike's, I'm guessing these are Mike's steps, 13,473. So let's see where I'm at.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Good job, Mike. That's awesome. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I'm only at 12,238, which is like 5.32 miles. But I also biked 5 miles on the stationary. So, but they don't count steps though.
I got it.
But good job, Mike.
I am getting at the beginning of the year. I am getting a what's it called? Treadmill. I am getting a treadmill for the house. Yes.
Oh, I'm happy for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably fall off it and break my neck, but whatever.
Gotta go slow. Well, you gotta hang on to that emergency stop so you can clip it. So if you fall, it like pops the
Like
thing
a
out.
walker.
Well, what it's like a little it's got like a safety stop on it. And the one end it has a clip, like a little grabber, and you just clip it to your shirt.
So when
If
you fall,
it pops it. That thing stops like on a dime. Like
right.
boom.
Does it call 911? Give the
No.
address.
No,
so
your
people
life
can
alert will
come
have to do that.
Jesus. All right, everybody.
Oh, you guys are the best. We hope you had a great Christmas and holiday. And I'm looking forward to Monday. No, John's
Yeah.
not, but I am.
Now we're gonna have good pizza.
Ooh, pizza.
Or whatever you want. I don't care.
No,
whatever you
I like
want
the
to
idea of pizza.
All right, we'll have good
Look at the
pizza.
pizza.
And we'll see you then.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy your weekend. It was fun. Take care, everyone. Bye.